Hey everybody, how's it going? Utaric here, and welcome to a brand new episode of a show that I am going to be doing weekly on a day I haven't decided yet, but all I'm going to be doing in this is talking about myself and answering questions about myself from a personal level rather than from a standing of what I do with YouTube. As far as you're concerned, you hear me or see me or watch me play video games, and that's all you see me do, and engage with friends that I know on the internet, and all we seem to ever discuss are games and stuff, but we do like not that as far like from what you see. Obviously behind the scenes we talk about other things and shit like that, but you rarely hear me talk about shit like this. So what I wanted to do is I created an email address where you can send in questions that you want me to answer. Not questions about like, oh, how did you meet Kevin, or how did you meet Munch, and what started you on YouTube and stuff like this. Questions about me as if I'm just a person rather than some YouTuber that you watch videos. So yeah, and feel free to put questions in the comments below as well if you don't want to send me an email. The link to the email address will be in the description. And lastly, shut the fuck up about my eyebrows. I don't give a shit about my eyebrows. Apparently they're really big. I don't really know, like, I've had them forever. I don't fucking know. Oh yeah, I'm wearing a hat. It's hat weather in the UK. It doesn't mean anything, it's just I like to wear hats. Anyway, so I tweeted out that, oh, I'm gonna do a new show, and here's the email, blah 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 blah. And first question, like the one that struck me as like a decent question to answer, were it's someone called Balzac. Well, that's what they titled the fucking email. I'm not gonna read any names because I don't want to name anyone. But he says, oh hey, I saw the tweet and decided to contribute some questions. Do you get on well with your family? I love my family. My immediate family, my parents and my brother, we always get on really well. My brother is a huge part of my life. We always do stuff together, we're always in contact with each other, we pretty much like talk to each other every day. We play video games together, and we're pretty much interested in the same stuff musically, entertainment, films, games, and we have always, it's weird, like me and my brother, when we were younger, we didn't get along at all. Like, I hated my brother when I was like just like a small kid, like about, I don't know, I think up until the age of like 5 or 6. It was like, he's a big brother and he picks on you and stuff, and if you've got a brother and he's older than you, or you're an older brother and you got a younger brother and you pick on him, then you kind of know where I'm coming from with that. But I don't know what it was. I think it was actually Final Fantasy VII that brought us like together, and like we realized that actually, hey, you're a cool guy, hey, you're a cool guy, let's get on for the rest of our lives. I don't know. Me and my brother were we always used to dick about, and like because he was smarter than me. He is smarter than me, but like he was more conniving. Like he would get me into trouble, and then when my parents would be yelling at me, I'd be like, "Mama," and then he'd be behind my parents, like, like laughing at me and shit. But yeah, I get on really well with my brother. My parents, I love my parents, obviously. My dad is a huge part of my life. He's like the puts his fucking foot on my ass to like get me in gear, to get me motivated to do stuff. If I didn't have my dad, I would probably be an even more lazier person than I am now. He helped me a lot going through education. He probably he was really fierce, he was really strict, but I definitely think that that's something that you need in life from a parent. If they're too lenient with you and like nonchalant, like, oh yeah, just go ahead, do what you want, then you're gonna turn out really bad. Like, I don't give a shit, or I'm gonna rebel against my parents and all that crap. But my dad was, I say he still is, like, even though I'm like 23, I live on my own, like, I live by myself with Todd. I don't live with my parents. I haven't lived with my parents since I was 16, and even though that is how that is, still I can imagine like now, like my dad can shout at me and I'll get afraid. I still will argue back, but like I can imagine like in 10 years when I'm 33, and he like yells at me, I'll still probably get like a bit scared. But I think that's how it is with everyone. I think parents are will always be parents. They'll never like. There's never a point where you become like, oh well, I guess now I'm 18 and I'm an adult. I don't think it works like that at all. But my mum as well. My mum is a lot like me. My dad is a lot like my brother. No, my brother's a lot like my dad, and I'm a lot like my brother. And my mum's like happy, and she's sort of like funny and a bit derpy as well. But I love my mum. She is. I don't know. She makes me a lot happier when I'm with her. It's like I don't see my parents for like. I think I see my parents once a year, twice if I'm lucky. They live in Canada, so the reason for that is because of my dad's job. I don't live in Canada. I live in the UK. I'm English, and I don't see them enough. But they're retiring soon, and they're coming to the UK. In the next couple of years, so I imagine that I will see them a lot more frequently. He goes on to ask, what do you regret most in life so far? I think the thing I regret most in life is not appreciating my childhood or taking it for granted, and as well not paying attention as much as I could have at school. By far, I was very lucky with my childhood. I grew up in Dubai, in the Middle East. Like now, it's like a land of the rich and famous. If you don't know where Dubai is, if you don't know what Dubai is, it's a city in the United Arab Emirates, and it's very luxurious. It's a beautiful place, sand, desert, sea, palm trees. Something just happened to my computer screens. Am I still recording? Let me check. Yeah, I'm still recording. Yeah, it's a very pretty place. You're very lucky if you've ever been there. And the hotels, the food, the people, and you just feel like a king when you're there. And I regret not taking that for granted. I was there for about under 10 years, and every day, like now, I look back and I just wish that I could have appreciated it more, because things don't last forever, and that definitely did not last forever. And I miss it. I miss it a lot. Mainly because I was too young to be in such a position, like in a place like that. If I was there now for 10 years, I would I would be so much more mature about it. I would take so much more from it than I did back then. And as well, it's kind of like it's like you've been there, and then everything else seems like not as good for some reason, which is kind of depressing in a way, but it's also like I don't know, a break from reality, I guess. I don't know. What's the biggest down point in your life? Oh damn. I don't know, the biggest down point. I've had a couple. I think when I was in school, this was 2008, yeah, it would have been 2008. No, not 2008, it would have been 2006, I think. I was in year 12, which is 13th grade or 11th grade, I don't know how the American system works. And I basically didn't I didn't give a shit about, my hair just dripped on me. My hair is wet. I got out of the shower recently. Yeah, I didn't pay attention as much as I could have at school, and I failed. I failed year 12, and I had to retake it. And at the time, my parents were living in China. Yes, again, that's because of my my dad's job, and it was really hard on me as well, but it was hard on my parents because when I got my results back from my exams, I pretty much got like fails on everything. And what I'd done all year is like I'd sent, because I was at boarding school and they were in China, I'd sent them emails and I talked to them on the phone and Skype and stuff, and I said, yeah, I'm working, yeah, I'm getting things done, and don't worry, yeah, I'm gonna pass. And I basically lied to them all year because I wasn't doing any of that, and I wasn't paying attention, and I was just pretty much like dicking about. And when I got back, when I went over in summer to China to spend the summer with my parents, I knew what was coming. I knew that I was gonna get the results back and they would all be U's, which is like a fail. And when I got them, I remember my parents' reaction, and even like the topic of I had to join the army came into play. Oh, you're not going to be able to go back to the school, and I didn't feel it wasn't just like, I felt ashamed as well as feeling sorry for myself and angry at myself because I let my parents down so much. I can imagine like looking back from their point of view, having their son fail school. It was an expensive school, I'm not gonna lie. That would be really devastating as well as frustrating, because you want your son to do so well. He's got all this potential, but he doesn't give a shit, and he just decided that he doesn't care about education. He just wants to mess around. That would just piss me off. I'd want to punch my kid a lot, and I can imagine my dad was incredibly pissed off. I mean, I'm in a great place now. I've got a degree. It all worked out in the end. It was a bit tough, but I did manage to pull through and finish school, and then I finished university, and now I've got this amazing opportunity where I can like make videos and make a living off of it. It's amazing. Incredibly lucky as well, and I'm very thankful for that and stuff. But I can still utilize my degree, my music degree. I can still utilize my knowledge and that I've learned from schooling and other things like that. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. It doesn't matter anyway. What inspired you to become a musician? That's all of the questions. He asks another one, but I've answered it already before. What inspired me to become a musician? I remember the first day that I think when I became a musician was when I started playing guitar. I'd played the piano previously, I played the clarinet previously, but it was when I started playing guitar that's when I got serious into becoming a musician. I remember my brother, his friend Chris Lowe, came back from school. I think I was about 12 or 13, and he brought a guitar back, like it was an acoustic guitar, and they were just playing and stuff. And then he let my brother borrow his guitar, and my brother didn't seem that much interested to begin with, but then he did get into it eventually. And I remember the first song I ever learned was what's that Offspring song? Do 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 do. I can't remember how it goes. You can do it. Fuck, I can't remember how it goes. It's not Pretty Fly for a White Guy. It's Original Prankster. Yeah, that was the first ever song that I learnt on the guitar. That main riff. Do 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 do. And yeah, I felt like the music I was listening to at the time was punk. And I was listening to like it was like punk ska and stuff, like fucking trying to remember the names now. Obviously The Offspring, Green Day. Really can't remember the names. It doesn't even matter. But yeah, so I started playing that, and I realized that I could play the music that I listened to, which was fun, and then that eventually I started listening to Metallica and all metal music and stuff like that, and then I started playing that, and then I developed into listening to progressive rock and more advanced metal, and then over a couple of years my skill increased dramatically, and then I was like, I had the mindset, music is all I want to do, I don't want to do anything else, I want to play guitar until my fingers bleed, and all these like cliches like that, and it was pretty amazing back then. I don't play as much guitar as I do now, unfortunately. I still have got my guitar right there and an amp right there, but I used to play about 3 to 5 hours a day, and I would just like practice everything. I would play all my favorite songs, I would practice scales, modes. I wouldn't ever practice theory though. Theory is kind of like, what I did was I learned to play before I learnt what to play, you know what I mean? Like, you can be an amazing guitarist and not know anything about theory, but it's holding you back. You need the theory as well as the playability, and that's what I didn't have. I didn't teach myself theory along with playing, so I was really, really good at playing guitar, but my theory skills were really bad. So it was like you hit this brick wall, like you can't go any further unless you know all of this theory, all of this written stuff, and I didn't care about that. All I wanted to do was play guitar, and that was the biggest mistake that I have made with music, no doubt, because it's really difficult to unlearn the stuff that you learn, because you learn like scales and stuff, but you don't know, like, if someone asked me what this scale was, I wouldn't be able to know it. I wouldn't be able to be like, yeah, I know exactly what this is, and here it goes, and it's in this key. I wouldn't be able to name it. I'd be able to do it. I would be able to just like, I'd play it by accident, but not even realize, because I didn't know that theory, and that's a terrible mistake. It was really bad that I never taught myself the theory that goes behind the practicality of playing a musical instrument. So yeah, that was a shame. But I still write music now. I mean, I'm actually using my music knowledge to make videos, which is kind of cool. I'm doing the trailer dubs. The hardest one that I've done so far, I've only done 2. The hardest one is the Skyrim one. Skyrim, I thought it would be, oh yeah, it's not too bad, it's a lot about the music. This is more musical than it is of voice acting or making sounds. So I mean, that's really difficult, but it's cool to bring the like music into my videos, and not just composing to the music channel or writing stuff for a portfolio. It's cool to bring both music and game together and mesh it so I can bring it onto my main YouTube channel. I'll answer one more question because this has gone on for about 18 minutes now, I think. I've got a bunch more emails, I'm just trying to go through them. Someone said, why are you so dirty? They all seem to be about YouTube. Okay, if you could be an animal, what animal would you be? I guess that's a question that isn't related to YouTube at all. I don't know, I'd want to be a cat or a duck. I really like cats. I'm a huge cat person. I love cats. I love dogs as well, but I wouldn't get a dog. I'd get a cat. Because cats are more manageable. Dogs, you need a lot of effort to keep a dog, I'm guessing. I mean, you got to take them on walks and stuff. But cats, they'll go off sleep somewhere, they'll take a shit without you doing anything, and I think I would be a cat, because if I'd be a cat, then I could just sleep around all day and someone would stroke me and tickle my chin and shit and tickle my belly. Whereas if I'm gonna be a duck, then I'm gonna be on my own. Not many people have like ducks for pets, so I'd probably, I mean, as well, you'd be in the water all the time. I don't like being in the water. You get, my flippers would get like mold and algae on them. No, I'd definitely be a cat. I think I would be a cat. But yeah, anyway, that's the last question I'll answer. Thanks guys for watching the first episode of this new series that I'll do bi-weekly. Please let me know in the comments what you thought. Do you want to see more? And also email me questions, as well as leaving the questions in the comments. And let me give you a question that I'll ask you to answer in the comments. Like, if you had anything that you could do, like again in your life, what would it be? Would it be like something? It doesn't have. It could be anything. It could be like something that you regret, something that you wish you'd said to your parents, or something that you'd wished you'd done. Leave a comment saying that, so we can see if people actually watched up until this point. That way I'll know whether to continue this or not. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later. Get the fuck out of here and get on my level. Bye bye. That was gay. That was a gay bye. Get the fuck out of here and get on my level.